Hello and welcome into your Bruins fan reaction videos for games 25 and 26. Obviously a little late, but I'm busy with finals, so you're just going to have to live with it. On the 25th game, we played the New York Islanders, and one of the all-time great Bruins got his number retired. That would be Rick Middleton. And on my board right here, I'm going to try to make sure, you can see Rick Middleton in all his glory. And I'm just going to read off a few of these stats. Let me position myself so you guys can see the board and I can read the board. He has the 6th best shooting percentage of all time in NHL history. That's up here. He had 1 50-plus goal season with the Bruins, 5 40-plus goal seasons, 8 30-plus goal seasons. He had the 3rd most playoff points in Bruins history with 100. In 82-83, he had the 18th best points total in a playoffs by any player in NHL history for the Bruins, totaling 11 goals, 22 assists, and 33 points in 17 games. There's only one player above him who played less games, and that's Lemieux with a ridiculous 34 points in 15 games. 83-84, he finished 4th in the Hart voting, which is the MVP trophy. It's the highest he ever gone in it. And he had a 46 goal, 58 assist season, 105 points, one of his best seasons. That would easily probably get you Hart consideration, if not the Hart, in today's NHL with scoring. Points for the Bruins, he's 4th all time, 3rd in goals, and 6th in assists with 893 points, 402 goals, and 496 assists. Now, those are some very good stats, and I know some people were hesitant to put Rick Middleton's number up there with Orr, Bork, Neely, and all them. And I feel like that's just because Rick Middleton was on a Bruins team post Stanley Cup where they didn't live up to expectations and they didn't win after that. I feel like when you don't win a cup, you sometimes get disrespected, especially in a city like Boston where we hold our teams to such a high standard. I think Rick Middleton's jersey number definitely deserves to be up there. And I mean, there's still about I want to say there's 10 numbers up there or so, maybe a little less, maybe a few more. There's not a lot up there. There's still 90 other numbers. So if you're upset at Rick getting his night, I think you're just a party pooper, man. Let Rick have his night. That's all I'm going to say. One of the all-time greats. You know, he's top 6 in the major categories right here. Oh, sorry. In the major categories, goals, assists, and points. He's top 6 in all 3. Why shouldn't he be up there? There's only been 2 Bruins who have scored more goals than him. It's Busick and Esposito. He should be up there. It's not even a question. Don't be one of those people, well, oh, he never won in the playoffs or anything. He was a great Bruin. The team around him wasn't good enough for them to win the Stanley Cup. They got the Stanley Cup in his final season. They lost and he retired. So he tried. He did all he could. He was a great offensive player. And if you haven't seen the ceremony of him getting his jersey retired, I'll leave a link down below to Dafumi's channel. He's a great Bruins fan who posts highlights and stuff. You should really check him out. I'm going to leave that link down below. And no, I did not talk to him to advertise his channel. I just like it that much, so go check it out. One thing I'd like to say is sorry if the camera looked fuzzy in that first part, and even in the second part. I'm in a new room. I'm kind of working on the production value of this whole channel, and I don't have the best materials because I do not have a ton of cash to fund it. So bear with me if the screen's a little fuzzy and just read the board, look at what you can. I don't know, just make it work like the Bruins try to make it work with all their injuries. Now, the Bruins still sit in that first wild card spot after this 25th game against the Islanders and the 26th game against Detroit. They're not moving from that position until they're fully healthy and they can go on a run, or injuries decimate them to the point they get broken down and they fall out of the playoffs altogether. No big deal either way. You know, we're surviving right now, so we're not going to look in either direction like that right now. Last 10 games, 5-3-2. That's solid. That's basically going 6-4, and if you go at that rate, you're going to make the playoffs. So the Bruins have been keeping their heads above water, which is all you can ask for. Now, as for the results of both these games, you got a 2-1 win in the shootout. You'll take it. You got 4-2 loss to the Red Wings that they absolutely did not deserve, but they got. And basically, the Islanders game, there's not really too much to it. You had the ceremony at the beginning of the game. Great ceremony, as I already said. Rask and Leonard stole the show. Both goaltenders played superb. And the only goals let up was a power play goal by Brad Marchand, and Robin Leonard let that one up, of course. And you can't really blame Leonard too much on that one. Rask, it was just a trash goal in front by Anders Lee. Anders Lee went to the dirty areas. You know, you go to those areas, sometimes you find the puck and you put it in. That's what happened. little breakdown in front of our own net, and, you know, it just happens. But there's not really too much else to be said except for Ryan Donato coming in clutch in the shootout. Bruins weren't getting a ton of quality opportunities in that game in the shootout. All you get is quality opportunities. Both teams survived to the shootout. First shootout for the Bruins this whole year. And Donato, the AHL recall in Boston from Providence, and he's making it work. And in the next game, he gets a goal as well. But I'll get to that. Big note about this game, Brandon Carlo is back, so we're inching closer to being more healthy. Still have 3 defensemen injured. Maybe 4, actually. I'm not sure if Urho Vakanainen is still injured or if he's in Providence. I think he's still injured. Yeah, he's definitely still injured. I would have heard if he went to Providence. So he's still injured. Char's still injured. Miller's still injured. McAvoy's still injured. McAvoy's in a contact jersey at practice now, boys. He could be back tonight. Need to check Twitter. I'll get back to you on that towards the end of the video. As for this game, it starts off kind of tight, but then with 3-4 seconds left in the period, David Backes throws it towards the net. Chalowski, the young defender on Detroit, sticks his stick out there, and the puck directs off it and into his own net. He scores on his own net essentially here, and the Bruins get a lucky 1-0 lead at the end of the first period. And this is where their luck would run out early in the second, yeah, 5-6 minutes into the second. I had to check the box score there. Tyler Bertuzzi gets a gift, and the gift is a shot from Mike Green from the point that hits off Rasmussen, just directs off him, directs off Bertuzzi, and goes past Rask. I'd like to point out Rask got back-to-back starts. They're showing a lot of confidence in Rask, and Rask's been playing pretty good in the last couple weeks, and I believe he's crept into the top 20, maybe now in the top 15 for save percentage. Maybe not after this game, actually, but he's in the top 20, I'm pretty sure. And, you know, so the Wings tied up 1-1 with that lucky deflection by Tyler Bertuzzi. Then you get the almost brawl, and this is all started by Tyler Bertuzzi, and this guy's like a Marchand pest, and he did a good job of pissing me off in the game. First off, I'd like to say, Bertuzzi started this and didn't get a penalty. How? He punched Marchand in the face multiple times. How is he not in the box? But anyway, let me just start off by saying Marchand and Bertuzzi get into it. Bertuzzi's being a pest, and then Colby Cave's like, I'm going to cross-check this guy 3 times to make sure I get the penalty. Colby Cave succeeds. He gets the penalty. I don't really see why he was sticking up for Marchand there, but, you know, wants to stick up for him. I guess that's admirable. Kind of stupid, but admirable. Stupidity, either way. Then when Jimmy Howard's skating off the ice for the delayed penalty on Cave, Marchand decides to slash him. So I understand why Marchand's getting that penalty. And that's when Bertuzzi jumps on Marchand and somehow really should be in the box, and he punches Marchand, rips him down, creates a whole line brawl. Tuukka Rask and Jimmy Howard both skate out to the middle. Well, Jimmy Howard was already there because he was skating to his own bench for the delayed penalty. Rask sees that Jimmy Howard's trying to get into it with some skaters, so Rask beams down to Jimmy Howard and wants to drop the gloves. He throws him off before he even gets there. Howard then throws him off, but the Zebras won't let them go, and the refs really squandered a great moment, one that you would have saw all over Sportsnet, all over NHL Network, all over probably ESPN too. You don't see goalie fights that often. It was like a line brawl, basically, without, like, a major fight, really. It was kind of anticlimactic for the build-up to it, and I really wish it was more just from an entertainment perspective. And I'm pretty sure everyone... let me look at the penalties right now. I know Marchand and Cave went. Let me see. Tuukka Rask and Jimmy Howard went. Colby Cave and Marchand went. And that's about it. This is wrong, though. They're missing a Detroit penalty on NHL.com. Because I know someone was in the box, and it wasn't Tyler Bertuzzi, because Tyler Bertuzzi got penalized 30 seconds later. I can't remember the guy's name, but I know a Detroit player went to the box, and Detroit gets the man advantage because they don't call Bertuzzi for the penalty. I understand if they had the man advantage and Bertuzzi went to the box. Someone else got a penalty, though. So how they missed Bertuzzi is beyond me. They get the power play, and they score. They score on the power play. It's Dylan Larkin. Breakdown in front of our own net on the penalty kill. It happens, and Dylan Larkin puts it in because he's, a quantity shooter. He very much is. He does not have a good shot, in my opinion. He's a great skater, great playmaker. Guy can't hit the net, or at least he hasn't in the 3 games I've seen him play. He hasn't looked that great of a shooter. He's looked great at everything else, so he kills penalties, creates plays, skates fast, and, I really like Larkin, but he doesn't have a great shot. So Detroit gets a 2-1 lead after the second period. They score 2 goals in the period, and they really got lucky with the tip-in, and they got lucky with the calls on the ice. You go to the third period, and Ryan Donato gets a snipe. Ryan Donato with the game winner in the first game, and then the snipe from the middle of the ice. I believe it was assisted by Pasternak. Yep, it was. And Krug. And really nice to see Ryan Donato with the scoring touch. Not the best in zone, but when his offensive game is on, it's fun to watch. And it's fun to see him with the puck and shooting the puck at the goaltender on the other team. Franz Nielsen then would get a tip in to take all air out of our tires because Detroit's puck luck was insane besides the back of skull that led off the game. The Bruins get they outshoot the Detroit Red Wings about 20-9. Let me check that real quick. I believe it's 20-9. It's 20-7. It's even worse. In the third period, Jimmy Howard, I should have put his name on the board, but I didn't. Jimmy Howard was fantastic. The University of Maine alum was a brick wall that the Bruins could not solve for the most part, and that was really the reason Detroit won at the end of the day. But I'm giving it to them. I'm blaming it on puck luck, and I think we deserved that. You put up 20 shots in the third period, down by 1. You not only deserve to tie it, you probably deserve to win it, and I felt the Bruins deserved to win this game. Felt it was undeserved. Anyway, Gus Nyquist puts it in the empty net to seal the deal, and the cake is baked, and the Bruins lose. And, you know, that's how it goes sometimes in the AHL. You lose some games you deserve to win. Detroit definitely didn't deserve to win that one. Throw the board out of the way because I don't need it right now. But overall, split, you got a win and a loss. Not the two best teams you could have that result against, but when you're injured and you're in the regular season and you're kind of in no man's land in the wild card spot right now, I call it no man's land because we're the only team like in the area. I'm pretty sure like Montreal's like almost out of the playoffs in the second wild card. We're 3 points above them, hopefully 5 after tonight's game, but then we're 5 points behind Buffalo or something like that. So really, we're by ourselves. We can't really advance or fall out of that spot anytime soon, it feels like at least, unless we take a real big plummet or somehow we pull a winning streak. But not really too much concern, just need to get healthy. Carlo didn't play a full game, that's another thing. I think he only played like 18 minutes. He's a 25-minute guy, so they're easing him into the lineup, or 17, 18 minutes isn't really easing, but they're giving him less than he normally should have. So hopefully tonight, and I'm going to be streaming for the game tonight, you guys should all check that out if you're interested. You can hear my live reactions, talk hockey, we can talk about the Nylander signing. We can also talk about Seattle coming into the NHL. That's irrelevant to this video, but you know, we can talk about it there. Overall, though, we should be good. There's nothing to really worry about in the big picture. Should have got 2 wins here. We only got 1. Islanders game, I guess you'd say we're fortunate not to lose that somewhere because we didn't put the pucks in the net as often as we should have, and we were unfortunate to win the game against Detroit. But at the end of the day, the puck didn't bounce over in the second game. We survived the first game, got to the shootout. Not really that impressive of an outing either game, really. But, you know, you split the games and you move on. Let's talk about some Bruins things that didn't have to do specifically with those games, but, you know, are related to the team. Sorry about that glare. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can see a glare. Either way, JFK was sent up and then down, or down then up. My bad, I put that backwards. He was sent down to the P Bruins and then called up the next day to the Bruins. I don't know what that's all about. We don't know if he's going to be in the lineup tonight, but I found it weird that they sent him down then up. You can definitely tell he's a borderline player, and he's probably the guy who's being sent down when Bergeron comes back because of how well Cave has been playing, in my opinion at least. Bjork to AHL, and for all of you guys saying Bjork didn't succeed, this is a guy who basically had his rookie year derailed by an injury that required surgery, and he's really trying to get into his first complete pro season, which he's going to get through Providence and the Bruins, and it probably benefits him to get top 6 minutes to develop. And Ryan Donato's been decent since he's come back. He's been better, I should say, since he's come back from his short stint in Providence. So don't worry about Bjork. Give him some time until you start worrying, in my opinion. Jan Kovar was a European guy who played for the Providence Bruins. I actually saw him play live. He was the Islanders guy, but he didn't work out there. He came out here, played for the P Bruins. Then he was called up to the Bruins to give it a try in the practices. They weren't impressed, and they were going to send him back down. So they're pretty sure he's back to Europe, which is good for him because he'll probably get better money there playing pro on the bigger ice surface, which he has been more successful in his career at. The last one is McAvoy. McAvoy's in a contact jersey at practices, meaning that he is going to be back soon. He is not expected to play on this upcoming road trip, which I don't believe is too long, but, you know, the sign that he's taking full contact in practice, and they're just being cautious with him because of how big of a prospect it is. They don't want to lose him for any more time if he takes a big hit in the game. Yeah, it's only 2 games. It's Florida tonight on Tuesday, and then Tampa, a big one on Thursday. So he might be back Saturday for Toronto, which is another big game. It would be nice to see him play against Toronto on home ice. That's all I have for you guys in the video today. Sorry about the camera fuzziness. I can see that myself. I'm going to try to look for better lighting because I don't think it's a camera because I didn't have this issue in the basement. It's like extra fuzzy. So I'm sorry about that. But please, I'm going to try to fix the lighting. I'm going to set the live stream in the same room, so hopefully that won't be as fuzzy. As I watch the game, you can come and hang out with me, chat with me about everything hockey, just not the Bruins and all that. It's pretty enjoyable for me. Usually there's like 7 or 8 people at a time in the streams, which isn't much, but if you start chatting in the chat box or whatever it's called, it's a pretty good time and you'll enjoy it, in my opinion. I think you'd enjoy it if you enjoy this channel. If you're this far in the video, you probably enjoy those. But that's up to you. Completely understand if you do not want to. As for this video, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment about anything Bruins related. I respond to all comments. Hit the subscribe button if you like NHL and mostly, very much mostly, Bruins coverage on this channel. I've been your boy Pat, and I will see you next time. Peace, and have a great night, guys.